So if you're someone that has awakened to the truth and you still at times get frustrated and angry because other people aren't waking up as fast as you are, listen up. This message is for you. You have to understand that this deep programming, brainwashing, began at a very, very young age. How young? The first 7 years of our life, when we're exposed to stimulus for the first time. We're learning how to walk, learning how to talk, knowing what's the difference between hot and cold, what tastes feel like, and also what we watch, what we read, what we hear, what we see on our smartphones and our Androids and iPads, and also what our parents are saying and how they're interacting. So you can imagine by the time someone's 7 years old, there's a lot of programming that's already been written. And then what happens, this subconscious starts to form its beliefs, its patterns, its habits, the way it responds to stress, the way it expresses emotions. And as time goes on and years go by, we start to get indoctrinated by the Rockefeller-based education system. And then next thing you know, we're forced to memorize certain things and forced to be very logical, left-brain, linear thinkers. And that's why Rockefeller said, I don't want a nation of thinkers, I want a nation of workers. He didn't want you to think freely or critically think or to question the narrative. So then we're graded, we're given a score, we're put in categories, and that's supposed to justify how valuable we actually are and what we're worth. So now after about 15 to 20 years of continual programming and being pushed information, knowledge, wisdom, quote unquote history, facts, famous figures, our mind starts to wrap all of this together and create a reality. And that reality then is designed to follow a narrative and an agenda. So what happens next? Now you're in your 20s and 30s, your 40s, your 50s, and all of a sudden you're presented with information that contradicts everything you've been told. And that will drive someone crazy. You'll experience denial, deflection, ignorance, resistance, maybe anger, frustration. And the reason for this is because new information is combating conflicting information that you've already have in your programs. This is called cognitive dissonance, and it is something you should definitely look up and learn more about. Don't feel like you're a bad guy for triggering people. Don't feel like you're doing something wrong or a disservice. At the end of the day, it's information. And if you haven't noticed, we're in an information war. So if you've seen all of this yourself and you've experienced yourself, this is my reminder to you to relax your shoulders, take a deep breath, and realize that people don't wake up overnight. In fact, it may take days, weeks, months, even years for someone to actually connect the dots themselves. And that's the beautiful part of all of this great awakening. Everyone is on their own unique journey. But just remember, the next time when you're in doubt, zoom out, realize the first 7 years of your life and your future children's life are so important that will dictate the future of how they see the world, how they interpret information, how they act, think, talk, feel, and speak. And remember, the best is always yet to come. Pass this on. Hopefully this helps someone.